Continuing on to our last group of undercase letters, we're going to start with the letter F. And for this, we're going to start on the baseline right here. And we're going to go up towards the X height line and then down to the descender line, up again to the baseline and up to the X height. Down from the baseline up to the X height. And then in a loop, we're going to come down following the slant. And then we're going to come up again from the descender line to the baseline and up to the X height. Our next letter is going to be the L. And that's going to be like the drill that we made for the loop, for the first loop that we made. So we're going to start on the baseline. And then we're going to go up towards the ascender, come down on a loop, and finish up with a little ascender line. And again. So from the baseline all the way up to the ascender line, and then we come down on the loop, and we go up to the X height again. Remember to upload all of your practice sheets just as soon as whenever you get tired or whenever you want to take a break or whatever, just take a quick snap and post it on the project section, and then you can update it later with your final project. So let's go on to our next letter, which is the R. And so for that, we're going to come down to the baseline, and we're going to go up towards the X height, and then we're going to put more pressure down. So we're going to make a little curve like this, and then we're going to come down to the baseline again and then up. Okay, so this is one way to do it. The other way to do it, and I think, well, it kind of depends on what you want to use it on and how playful you want it to be, because I think this is a more serious R. So the other way to do an R is from the baseline up, and then we go down on a loop like this, on a thick loop, and then we go down again and up to the X height. So we're going to come up from the baseline to the middle X height, then we're going to come down on a loop to a little lower than the X height, and then we're going to go down and up again. So again, down, up, loop, up, down to the baseline and up towards the X height. Next, we're going to do the X. So we're going to start like a little below the X height, and we're going to go up and then down thick and then up again like this. So we're making two little curves like that. We're going to come from a little lower than the X height on the other side, and we're going to come down like this. Up, down thick, up thin, up, down thick, up thin. So I did two different kinds. In this one, I did an up and then down in a thicker stroke, and then up again in a thin. And then this one, I did it thin all the way through. I think it's kind of more aesthetic, this one, than this one, because it looks a little thicker. It's kind of a little broader, so I don't know, it kind of depends on what you want to do. I kind of like this one better, so I'm just going to do it like this. It's the exception to the rule. I'm not going to do the thick down. I'm just going to do like one thin line, even though I'm doing it down. So I'm going to do it again, this first one, okay? This is number one, and I'm doing number one again. Okay, so up in a curve, and then down thick, up thin, and this is the exception, up thin, down thin, up thin, up, down thick, up thin, down thin, up thin. Moving on to our last letter, I'm going to do it here because it has a descender line, and this last line doesn't have a descender line, so I'm going to do it up here. Okay, so we're going to start on the middle, like in the middle between the baseline and the X height. I'm going to do this little curve like this, and then thick down, then up thin again from the baseline to the descender line, and down towards the descender line, and then up towards the the baseline, and then up towards the X height. Okay, so that's our Z. It's not as pretty as I would have liked. Okay, so we're going to do it again. Down to baseline, down to descender, up to baseline, and up to X height. There we go. So this is the end of the undercase alphabet, and we're going to continue on to our uppercase. So remember to upload your practice sheets to the project section, and I'll see you in the next video.